This area down here is probably 500 acres and was originally sort of barley country with salt coming up, and my father fenced this bit off along the gully there, and he planted saltbush but not many plants, and I started multiple cropping barley down here and decided to try sowing it on this plot. We would have done that for 5 or 6 years, barley on barley, just sterling, and probably most years only half it would establish, and in the end we decided we'd give that a miss, and through the local land care girl we decided to go for saltbush, and that's what we got here today. So we on their recommendation, I think 19 hectares, and we just sowed it. There's about 20,000 stems here at a grid of 2 by 2 metres, and about 12 metre alleys. Just the main reason for that was to try and get some understory to grow, and also if you're moving your stock around, it's supposedly a bit easier to get them in and out than one block planting. Basically the saltbush is taken very well where it's mainly salty, and to the east where it still grows barley grass, the saltbush probably isn't as advanced. But the idea is, of course, there's lots of little areas here that are fenced off, and where it'll still grow barley grass, we can grow barley and integrate the two crops, or the barley crop with the saltbush, and use it as an area when we're waiting for the season to break, or just for shelter, or for an odd mob here or there.
So how old's this stand?
This was it'd be going into its 4th year, and the other side, there's probably a few rows that got done in this 3 years ago, and I think that's what I said earlier. If you plan doing it, if possible, if you can afford to, do your whole area that you've fenced, so that you're not spreading it over 2 years, because that becomes a grazing issue then when it's a bit young. As far as grazing pressure, we haven't really monitored it a lot, but we had a small mob of ewes and lambs on it this year that only came out about a month ago, and they had it grazed down fairly well. Other years, I think the first year in, we probably overgrazed it when it was first established. They were probably only a foot high, and we maybe left them in for a couple of weeks too long, and it grazed them right back to just sticks. But luckily we got a rain, and they came back quite well. But as I said earlier, I think it seemed where it's more saline, it obviously does better, and recovers better.
So what's been the benefit for your farming system in having this 19 hectare plot? Oh well, the main benefit's just as well as cosmetic and getting something to grow here. Using it in a crop rotation was only sort of half productive. You're putting your fertiliser and all your costs, and probably only getting 1 tonne over half of it, which is really only half a tonne if you look at it over the whole area, and just wasn't productive. So we thought, well, if we can get some sort of fodder value out of it for stock and integrate it with maybe cell grazing with some other patches, well, it's better than nothing while we've still got sheep in the system. With the alley system, are you going to have plans for that, or are you going to leave it to try and recover on its own, or?
We haven't pursued it as such. We had some old straw we spread around, which tend to get a little bit of grass and stuff growing, but it's pretty time consuming, and basically all we seem to get in the interrow is ice plant, but it hasn't worried the sheep.
So far they obviously get enough salt out of the saltbush, so we haven't had any poisoning issues, but it would be nice to get something in the interrow, but nothing planned as yet.